for some of y'all might be like, oh, she's really gone off the deep end. It's okay. This is not for everybody, and this will just help me filter out the people that this is not for. But if this is for you, just something to think about. Welcome to my channel. If you're new around here, I've been on the internet for 15 years this December, which is crazy, and I have gone through a whole entire journey. You might know me from my natural hair videos and product reviews. I launched my own hair care brand at one point, then I exited the business to just focus on other things like my spiritual journey. And my spiritual journey then led me to learning more about the chakras, energy work, how to read energy, all of that stuff. And then I integrated both of those things because I do feel like entrepreneurship is very much a spiritual journey, and I feel like your business is the greatest mirror for your healing work, and it's also an incredible vehicle for you to step into the highest version of yourself if you allow it to. So with that being said, one of the things that brings me a lot of joy is business energy readings. And this is something that I do with my clients in my group coaching program, Business Through the Chakras. If you're interested in the program, feel free to check out my website for more information. I do have a wait list for next year's program. Just go ahead and sign up, and I'll share more details when enrollment happens again, because we only do enrollment once a year. But I really enjoy business energy readings. It's so much fun, and I have been instructed by Spirit to come back on YouTube and start doing a business energy reading. So if you're here, I hope that you enjoy this reading. I hope it gives you some sort of clarity or hope or even direction in your business dealings this week. So trying to figure out what the format for these videos is going to be, because there's just so many ways to do it. So, you know, I might start off with one format and it might change over time as I get more comfortable doing these on YouTube. But let's kind of like just go with the flow and see what happens. So I have a lot of oracle decks and tarot cards. I love them. I have a collection. Maybe one day I'll do a video of my collection and share kind of like the stories and energies behind each deck. But I recently purchased this deck this past summer. It's the Spirit Mama's Oracle deck, and yes, this is for mothers, and I'm not a mother, but I'm a mother, if you know what I mean. And I've just been working with this deck this past summer, and I really enjoyed it. So I was like, ooh, what deck should I use for my first business energy reading on YouTube? And it was like, oh, use the Spirit Mama's deck. Like, you've been using it all summer. It has good vibes. It has good energy. I love the messages. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, I do feel like these readings will be helpful. So today I'm actually going to pull some cards from the Spirit Mama's deck, and this deck is just so pretty. I initially bought this deck because of how pretty it was. It's a Libra rising in me. So I was like, wow, this is so pretty. It's so beautiful. I love it. And all of the actual imagery on it is just so stunning. Just so beautiful. So that's initially what drew me to the deck. And I read the back of the box and I was like, okay. And then I, gorgeous. It's giving Yemaya energy. And as I've used it for readings, especially for business energy readings, it's just been so nice. So let's start off with something that we know, you know, something that just, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's use the Spirit Mama's card for now. In future videos, I might use multiple decks. I have to see what the energy calls for each week, but today I'm gonna just keep it simple, and we're gonna pull 3 cards from the Spirit Mama's guidebooks. So as I'm shuffling these cards, I'm setting the intention in my heart and in my energy to receive collective messages for those of you that are watching that will give you guidance on how to handle your business this week. And that could be literally or figuratively. Oh, okay, a card just flipped up. So we have one card that just flipped up. And I'm going to do a 3-card pool. So You know, if it resonates, amazing. If it doesn't, if it don't apply, let it fly. Just be open. Just be open. And, you know, also, I want to share that if it doesn't resonate, but you're still open and you're just like, I'm open, but like, I don't know, the message didn't resonate. Just sit with it. Sit with it. You know? Come back and watch the video halfway through the week. Come back and watch it again at the end of the week and see how the messages might resonate for you differently because some things unfolded during the week. So just keep that in mind. Another card flew out. So I'm pulling now the last card. All right. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So the first card that we pulled says, let it all crumble. And this card is definitely, if you're into tarot, this card is definitely giving Tower card. And you know what? When I first started learning about tarot, the Tower card and the Devil card were always cards that I'm like, if I ever pulled those cards, it's like, you know, the telenovela gas, when they gas in Spanish, like that was always the energy I had for those cards until I went through my own Tower moments. And then the Tower card didn't seem so scary. Then the Tower card made sense. Then the Tower card was something that I could welcome and accept more when it came up in a tarot reading for me because of all the wisdom and all of the alignment that happened for me when I went through my own Tower moments. So if you guys are not familiar with the Tower archetype in the tarot, or even this let it all crumble, it's when shit is, you gotta burn the building down. You gotta burn the building down, or the building is now crumbling, okay? Everything is falling apart. It's literally when shit is hitting the fan, when things are falling apart, or things are just not making sense, and you're just like, I don't know, I feel like I did everything that I needed to do, and I did my part, but like, why is the universe like, I thought if I did this, that you was gonna do this, and it's not happening, so like, what is happening? Girl, just let it all crumble down. Let it all crumble down. And if you see in the photo here, you have this beautiful Indian goddess. It looks like, I'm not too familiar with the Indian deities, so I'm not even going to try to guess who it is. But she is calm. Let's look at the photo, okay? She's calm, she's centered, she is meditating, but she's in the inside of this abandoned building that definitely looked like it's crumbling. So the first message that I have for you guys this week in regards to your business and your business dealings is that we are in very questionable times right now because the economy is not giving what it's supposed to give. And we're heading into Q4. And for those of you who have product-based business, especially, Q4 is your busiest time of the year because of the Black Friday and the holiday sales, right? And for those of you that don't have product-based businesses, you're a service-based business, that might be the case for you too. Q4 might be your busiest time. But something about the energy of this time right now doesn't feel as secure as the other years when we know, oh, Q4, like I know how this is going to play out. I know how this is going to go. There's a little bit of uncertainty right now. And I know it because I'm feeling it too. So this is collective energy happening. So just know that this is the time for you to get centered, get grounded, and get rooted in your rituals, in your practices, so that you can stay centered. Because it's one thing to say, oh yeah, I be meditating, I be going on walks in nature, I be journaling, you be doing all the things that make you look centered and grounded. But then when shit starts crumbling and you have to be that, are you actually using the tools to center and ground yourself and keep calm and steady amongst the crumbling, right? Because there's a lot of uncertainty happening. And if you're not staying centered and grounded, that uncertainty can overpower you. You let the fear get to you, you let the anxiety get to you, and you gotta stay centered and you gotta stay grounded. You gotta observe what's happening instead of absorbing it. And so let things play out. Be patient. yes, we're in uncertain times, but I promise you, if you stay centered and grounded, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. You just have, like, your role is to be obedient in this time. So maybe your spirit guides, your business guides, they're only showing you the next step. Like for me, they're just telling me, girl, you got to get back on YouTube and do business energy readings. So I'm not going to act like I haven't been getting that message all summer. And I'm not going to keep delaying me showing up to do what I've been told to do. Because, oh, I can't find my microphone. I can't find my ring light. Oh, I gotta create a space for me to film. Girl, if you don't sit down and turn that damn camera on and just start talking, okay, I'm here. Okay, and then not only am I being obedient to what I've been told to do, but I'm staying grounded and calm and centered, even when things are not turning out with what I expected. Why? Because I know that I'm going to get to where I'm meant to go. I know that everything's always going to work out, but it's not going to look like how I thought it was going to look. And at this point, I don't care how I get there. I just want to get there. Why? Because surrender. That's what surrendering is, right? You have faith and you know that you're going to get to your final destination, but it might not look like the way that you thought you was going to get there. It might not be in the vehicle that you thought you was going to get there. It might not be the route that you thought was going to get you there, but you got there. Okay, so that's just my interpretation of this card. Let's pull out the book and see what the message is. Oh, it's Goddess Kali. That's the goddess on there. Okay, girl. See you. It says, the walls you've built were never meant to last. It's time to tear them down and let love in. It's time to let go of the anger that you hold within. Let go of any righteousness that doesn't serve you any longer, because guess what? It never did. Even though you felt abandoned, you never were. You were always supported by your higher self and your guides and angels. Release all of your old hurts and replace them with love. Call upon the goddess Kali to stop any old cycles of grief and feeling misunderstood. They are just your ego trying to keep you separate. Let these old stories die with her. And then soul work. It says, place this card to your heart and repeat these words. I replace all of my anger and fears with love and light. I will allow my walls to crumble all around me, replacing them with magic and grace. So, one of my favorite quotes by Rebecca Campbell, what are you holding on to for fear of nothing coming to take its place? And now, when we apply this to a business perspective, are there offers that you are still having in your business that maybe it's time for you to innovate and it's time for you to let go of the way that you used to either do business or the offers that you used to have in your business? Maybe you're being called to a pivot right now. It could be a small pivot, it could be a big pivot. But it's time to let things crumble. And the more that you resist the crumbling that's happening and all the signs that are telling you to let it go and to move on, right? Whether it's in regards to what the card said or just other business stuff, the more resistant that you are to the crumbling, the more resistance you will experience in your journey. So, girl, let it go, let it go. Okay, the next card that fell out of the deck when I was shuffling is the Protective Mother. And this is Isis. She's a baddie, okay? If you guys are not familiar with the Egyptian goddesses, you got to do some learning and research. Because you know what? The Greek goddesses are cool and all, but they were really inspired by the girlies from Egypt. So Isis is a baddie. And just the energy of this card, as you can see, we got some pyramids in the back, we got some mummies, we got some ancient Egyptian markings, we have Isis here, and just the energy of this card is giving me it's just giving me like you got to protect your energy, like especially as shit is crumbling and falling apart. Like, you got to stay centered, and you can't really let a lot of people in your energy right now because there's a lot of distractions, number one. And number two, it's like there's also a lot of projecting of people trying to tell you what they think you should do. People trying to tell you how to run your business, but they don't even have a business. And people just collectively projecting the unsurety of what's happening, you know, because it's like, what is happening with the world right now? And I just think it's really important for you to like protect your energy, protect your space, protect your business, because it's gonna be very easy for other people to infiltrate your, it's gonna be very easy for people to infiltrate and get to your head about the things that you should be doing in your path. But you gotta listen to source, you gotta listen to spirit, and you gotta be obedient to that. Don't let other people talk you out of what you already know that you need to be doing, which is why I think that you gotta be really protective right now. The goddess Isis. Feel your inner goddess Isis rising. A situation in your life is asking you to step up and roar. You will not be silenced, put down, lessened, or shunned. You know what's best for you and your family, yourself and your body. Unleash your fury and expand into the beautiful reckoning you are. Feel the hurricane that is your soul and don't apologize for it. You are not too much and everything you're feeling is valid. Let the emotional downpour come, for after the rain comes the rainbow. And then there's soul work here that says, recite this mantra 3 times. I am mighty, I am strong, I am capable, I am determined, I am fierce, I am unstoppable, I am a force to be reckoned with. So I'll put the mantra here, so that you guys can pause the video and repeat it to yourself 3 times, or maybe write it down on a sticky note. And this is an affirmation that you do for the rest of the week. So yeah, don't let anybody try to come for you. Like, this path is not for everybody. I know that I have definitely have had a lot of questionable looks, a lot of questionable comments like, what is Ada doing? Who does she think she is? Blah, 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 blah. And you know, I really don't care, because as you can see from this video, I'm doing fabulous. I look great. My skin, the skin is glowing. The heart is emanating. I feel good. I look great. So it's like, if I had to go through everything that I had to go through, and all the comments and all the side eyes and all the opinions, and remember guys, like, I literally grew up in church. So I've been getting DMs from people that I went to church with saying like, I'm praying for you. And yes, it really is like that. And again, I am so happy. I am at peace. I am grounded. I love my life. I may not have all the things that I desire, and my life may not be perfect, but in this moment right now, I am so happy with my life. And I love myself, and I love who I am, and I love who I'm becoming. And I'm just very happy with who I am. I live a very authentic life, and no one can take that away from me. So protect your energy. Be very protective over your heart's desires, your business, your path, how you walk that path, your rituals, all those things, because it's not for everybody. Everybody's not gonna get it, and it's okay, because it's not meant for them to get it. There's like a quote that I've been hearing a lot, which is like, stop trying to have, it's something along the lines of like, stop trying to have a conference call when God just asked you for a meeting. Like, it's just supposed to be a meeting with you and God, but then you trying to have a conference call and bring everybody else to the meeting, and then trying to get them to understand what God is trying to communicate with you. And it's like, this is not supposed to be a conference call. It's just you on source. It's just you and that energy. So put your blinders on. Fuck everybody. With love. I mean that with love. Don't think because I'm all that part of me is still not in there. Duality, okay? One thing about me is we gonna be dual over here. We gonna honor all sides of us. And that Bronx is never gonna leave me. Okay, last card is the Sacral Chakra. So for those of you that are not familiar with the chakras, this is a lot of the work that I do now, is teaching people about the chakras, especially in their business. In addition to my coaching program, Business Through Chakras, I do have a program that's not for entrepreneurs called Healing Through the Chakras. If you go to my website, there's more information about that. So the sacral chakra is located in your womb or in that area, right? Whether you're male or female, it's in that region of your body. And the themes associated with the sacral chakra are your creativity, inner child, your feelings, your emotion. The element associated with the sacral chakra is water. Water is associated with your emotions. There's different archetypes for each chakra. So the archetype for the sacral chakra is the martyr. That's a negative archetype. And the positive archetype for the sacral chakra is the empress. Okay, you already know empress energy. And so if we were to put all these cards together and the story here that it's trying to tell us, right? It's like, notice the pivot, let things crumble. Like, something is coming up for you to address and take notice. Like, can you stay censored through everything that's happening around you that you don't have any control over? And can you just focus on addressing what's coming up? And I almost feel like whatever's coming up, right, in this crumbling is related to sacral chakra stuff. Oh, sorry. Is related to sacral chakra stuff. And for me, I have a belief that the reason that we're seeing a lot of women in our communities that are dealing with a lot of womb issues and a lot of womb-related health conditions is because our sacral chakra is also the way that we process other people's energies. And going back to like protect your energy, call your energy back, a lot of us are constantly dealing with other people's energies, processing other people's emotions, doing their inner work for them. And all that is happening in your sacral chakra. And I just feel like it's a time for us to call our power back, call our energy back from people. Think about how much work your sacral chakra energy center is doing, processing stuff for other people when you could be using that energy for yourself. And that energy in your sacral chakra is so sacred because that's the energy of creation and creativity. Like, think about when you have intercourse and all of that kundalini energy. I mean, I could really go down a rabbit hole with this, but think about even when you're creating something, when you're creating a video, when you're creating a human life, when you're creating music, when you're creating art, when you're writing, when you're doing anything creative, you are using the energy in your sacral chakra. Now, if you are constantly, if this energy center is blocked and you're being a martyr, or you're constantly processing other people's emotions or storing other people's energy in your sacral chakra, there's no energy here for you to then create. And so I just wanted to share that because I really do feel like this crumbling and everything is just, this is all connected. Let it all crumble, protective mother and sacral chakra. Like, I really feel like it's definitely a time for you to be very protective over your creative energy, over your sacral chakra, over the energy in your womb, over your emotions. And if there's things that you have not processed in your sacral, because that's where you hold a lot of your emotions, that's where you hold shame, that's where you hold guilt, now is the time to do that work. Because the more that you try to avoid doing that inner work and working through your shame and working through your guilt, then energetically those things manifest in the body. And so you don't want to have any reproductive issues. You don't want to have any womb issues. Everything that manifests in the body starts off energetically first, starts off spiritually first. So for some of you, that might resonate. For some of y'all might be like, oh, she's really gone off the deep end. It's okay. This is not for everybody. And this will just help me filter out the people that, that this is not for. But if this is for you, just something to think about. So it says your creativity, sexuality, sensuality, passion, and self-expression live here. Those are the other things I forgot to mention. You don't have to be a mother just yet to birth something from this space. The sacral chakra is the epitome of the warm womb space and associated with the element of water. It is one of the most feminine energy centers when we tap into its power. As women, we store so much in our hips. Also, the sacral chakra is associated with your divine feminine energy. The solar plexus is associated with your divine masculine energy. So it says, as women, we store so much in our hips, and this chakra is often unbalanced. So move those hips and do a little dance. Unlock the sacral space and let your orange flame burn. Okay, so it says soul work. Write or recite these affirmations. I am confident with my sexuality. I am confident about my body and looks. I am flowing. So if you are trying to do some sacral chakra work, you're trying to balance this energy center, you're trying to move energy through here as well that may be stuck, anything that has you moving your hips is going to be very, very helpful. Twerk a little something, belly dancing, even sacral chakra yoga, you can look that up on YouTube. But your hips store so much energy and motion, so get to moving, move that body, hip stretches, whatever you can do, it's going to be very helpful. So that's it for the business energy reading. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me some feedback and some comments and let me know if anything resonated with you. Feel free to share this with your business bestie if you found it helpful. I look forward to making more videos like this for you guys and getting just more comfortable with this format, because ultimately I think this is so exciting for me because it just allows me to practice more, because I typically only do this with my clients. But getting myself in this habit of like, we're doing a business energy reading for the collective every week is really just going to help me continue to harness my gifts and really, like, you know, practice makes perfect. And I'm not looking to be perfect, but I'm just looking to be consistent. Okay. And so thank you for being here. I'll catch you guys next week for the next business energy reading. Bye.